My soul was stuck. Not enough connection, not enough wonder and awe. I was spending too much meaningless screen time, the time that does not feed my soul or my heart or my mind. I had tried disciplining myself to set a timer for my fun screen time, the Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, but it fell apart over time. I didn't include TV in that list because I haven't had a television for maybe 15 years. I tried going cold turkey and only using the internet when I needed to research something, like buy a ticket or make a reservation. But as the algorithms are meant to be seductive and addictive, I would find myself clicking read more or click here for more of the same. Now, I will admit that I log into the New York Times site to do the Wordle puzzle every morning, and then I do a few Lumosity games that were developed by neuroscientists to keep my brain active on the right things. I spend time researching God Talks, and of course, I use the internet for work with my choruses. I write and answer emails and send weekly newsletters to my singers. Texting is also useful for a quick or uninterrupted note to someone, but it's still screen time. I was spending too much time on the screen when I felt bored or had time with no agenda pulling at me. Simultaneously, I was trying to eliminate plastic in my home and eliminated coated cookware from my kitchen a little at a time. And all of this led me to a decision, a choice to honor my soul's yearning to be in the woods again and live with the homesteading skills that I had first learned from my grandmother and then practiced over years as a backpacker and primitive camper. I remember loving how it felt to be authentically connected with natural elements of twine that wasn't made from plastic or with edibles that grew outside my door, with wooden things and cast iron cookware and all things wholesome. So I bought a cabin in the woods, not too far from my house, but far enough that I need to plan whether or not I'm staying overnight. And I've made the conscious decision to not have the internet hooked up at the cabin. My goal is to read, knit, walk, play with Charlotte and Beatrice Moore, and continue to cook everything from scratch. I do see a trend among younger people to learn homesteading skills, to be more self reliant, and to stay in touch with analog behavior. They have recognized, too, that the pendulum has indeed swung too far. They are resisting the courses in AI. They're searching for meaning in their daily lives, and I think they'll find it. Why is this a God talk? Because I was led to this decision as a healing modality for my soul. My soul was slowly becoming smothered under everything digital, and I asked to be led away from it. We are all on a unique spiritual path, whether we recognize it or not. Each of us must take responsibility to discover or create what is meaningful for us. We need our own personal creeds of our commitments and our beliefs, and we need to continue to create the world for better. Remembering that we are divine dust that is made of the same elements as the planets and the stars is critical. We need to forge lives that reflect those beliefs, and that is the underlayment of my cabin life. Remembering that we are connected to one another is paramount. And that's why the cabin isn't just for me. I will hold retreats there, and if you need a little getaway, let me know. Local policies restrict advertising it for rent like an Airbnb, but you and I can work something out if your soul needs to be there. If you promise to read the next part as helpful and not Darla asking for a pat on the back, I will share a few other things that I've either done or things that I'm considering adding to my natural living future. Maybe something will resonate with you. Number 1, I've erased apps that I have not used in 6 months. My phone is less cluttered. And when someone introduces me to a new app, I make a note of it and then I ask myself a couple of weeks later if I still think I need it. Number 2, I'm using the radio again because without the internet at the cabin, there will be no Spotify, no YouTube. I continue to support NPR, and I have a radio contraption that has a CD player on the end of it. So I took my CDs to the cabin. Number 3, a few years ago, I copied all recipes that had been saved on the computer onto my index cards and added them to the old collection that had been started decades ago. Number 4, I began physically going to the bank and stores again to interact with real humans more and to allow myself the sensory stimulation of smells and sights. I am honing my people skills of reading the room, so I don't order food to be delivered very much. I don't do deposits on the banking site. I try to get out and meet people. Number 5, driving to a new store in a town that I'd not been to, I tested myself with a paper map. I got to the town all right, but I had no idea how to get to the street I needed because the map wasn't that detailed. So I pulled over and I asked someone who was mowing their lawn. Yep, an old-fashioned human interaction. Number 6, I tried using the calendar on my iPhone but returned to a paper one. I make my own template that has room for meal plans, engagements, appointments, and birthday reminders. I just copy it at Staples and then make a binder for the year for myself. Number 7, I keep a little notebook in my purse and I use it for notes about gardening, shopping lists, calculations, and anything that's important to me. Number 8, just as I choose to not carry my phone next to my skin, I also choose to not have a smartwatch on my wrist. I just wear a simple one that shows the time. Number 9, I already own an alarm clock. But that's because it jangles at a volume that no phone can match, and I need that in case I'm sleeping on my good ear. You might want one for nostalgia or so you can put all digital devices out of the bedroom. Number 10, because I won't have internet, I'm taking my old Webster's dictionary, the one that has the binding sort of falling apart, to the cabin. I still enjoy the tactile sensation of paging through a book. Do I have Kindle? Yes, I do, but I enjoy holding a book so much more. Number 11, I bought a thermometer this week, a little cheap one to hang outside the cabin. And I'm consciously trying to be more sensitive to the weather so I can feel what's coming, like my dogs can do that, and other animals. They know how to do those things. A farmer all his life, my grandfather could predict the weather without scientific equipment or isothermic maps. I believe we still have that ability, but we've allowed it to atrophy when cool gadgets and TV weathermen took over. Number 12, I've been going into stores lately in place of scrolling through the hundreds of choices of lampshades on Amazon. Adding to that no internet piece is the fact that I can park way across the lot and walk more. And all of this has to be in the positive category of self-care, as well as connecting to the non-digital world more. Human interaction is at a low point in history because of digitalized daily tasks. I believe this has easily ushered in the loneliness pandemic, and I don't want to be part of it. Number 13, lastly, even though I enjoy the points I earn with my Visa card, I'm using cash more frequently. There's a mental game I play when I hand over my cash. I calculate the change that I should receive before the cashier does it on the register. And with a card, I do miss all that brain training. I'm strongly opposed to a cashless society as well, where everything that I purchase will be tracked and monitored. Now, I've shared all of this not because I'm preaching. I'm only sharing an epiphany that happened to me. A mystical moment, perhaps, when the light came on that indicated I needed a tune up of the soul. Your soul health is for you to manage, but the health of my soul, my body, and mind is mine. And I am changing course this year. And I'm not using GPS to do it. Blessings on all.